cut your salaries in half, no summer pay, and doing all of those things is not a passion for helping others to learn. And I sense that in all of the colleagues I have here. I've been a lot of places, met a lot of people, but I don't think there's anybody more special to me, and Becky I know, than the colleagues we've met and learned to love here. A lot of good friends have developed over time. I tell you the experience we had. Literally, in some cases, can't tell you. But you won't let me. I think I can share. And I know there's other folks here, family here tonight that's really great to have here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about them a little bit. But my daughter, who's an author now, children's books, and she writes, which I call chicklet books, but it's like Irma Bondet and now she's into more serious writings. And but she also still teaches. She still reaches out to special needs kids. And my grandson, who it's amazing, he really wants to be an engineer and an actor. How cool is that? Usually both sides of the brain.
Sounds like a faculty member.
Absolutely. Yeah, he had his first lead acting role just a few weeks ago. It's him in a play, and I know Ron pretty well. We do a lot of tutoring in math, bicycle together, do a lot of cool stuff together. And I never saw him bring out the emotion in the scenes he was doing, but he related it back to, well, I just think about my sister. He started doing some role playing. He did a great job. And then I do have a story about Mike here a little bit too, but I saw But surely my heart is, I think of the blessings I've had in my life. And as I went back and thought about them, things happened to us that don't seem right at the time or hurt or whatever. But they eventually somehow work out to be a blessing. God works through that. And I went back, I went way back. I remember going back when I was a playpen, I couldn't get out. And I'm like, this is a prison, I want out of here. And so, and my brother still wound me up on. I mean, it's like, this is terrible. So I always had this thing, I don't want to be pinned up. My hobbies are bicycling and running. I like to be out and life is motion, not being pinned up. And I think education gives the opportunity to explore so much more than if I had this job ready to go and do 8 hours a day or whatever. Because the work is not work, it's a mission, it's a passion. You literally, it's your life at some point. And Bell Labs was wonderful, great people to work with. But how many people know I wrote the original source code on punch cards for call waiting, call forwarding? Great drill. Yeah, that's an issue. But when I look around the room and I see the people here, and then I start counting the students I worked with, and what I've seen them do, major things. We have astronauts to people who've done incredible work in the medical field. They're saving lives. And so if you think the multiplier effect of the teachers here, and that multiple effect, and that effect on society, I mean, that's incredible. I couldn't do it by myself. We work as a community. That's the only way it really works. And if you weren't here, I wouldn't be here. I think that support, the nurturing. And my first conference was actually in Cincinnati, I believe. I remember walking into this huge thing, thousands of people, and going, what am I doing here? I don't know these people. I didn't know anybody. But the ET community, the engineering technology community, is so generous in reaching out, trying to bring people in. As long as you volunteer to do something, they love you. Right? Herrick will do it. We love him. And it really was, and that's how you do it. You get into, if you're going to really make a difference, you have to serve. I really believe that. And even when I was department head, the leader in engineering, I was service mentality. How can I help others achieve what they need to achieve? I think it's so important. But I go back and I thought about it, and I came from a blue-collar family. My dad worked. I had 2 brothers. We had an old 2-bedroom home, real small. We had to walk through our parents' bedroom to get upstairs, just to go to our bedroom up in the attic, right? And we had this closet, and Dad said, don't come down, there's a boogeyman in there. And one day I just had to go downstairs and have a choice at night, and the boogeyman wasn't there. I'm like, wow, I discovered something. Let's explore. Other things that people are telling me are not true. And the adventure, I think, in education is, especially if we about new ways of working with students, is this new adventure of working with students. If we could somehow empower them to become self-learners and to kind of explore things they want to work with and get them so they become excited, and you start blending things like theater, communications, culture with engineering, and we start getting a group of people thinking much more outside this box, this pin that they're in. And that's one of my dreams right now. I'm working at Purdue on a new thing called New Purdue Polytechnic, which we hope has the possibility of transforming education to become learner experience centric. So the learner is helping direct the faculty still teach, but they become more a combination of coaching and teaching. I could have done that at Bell Labs. Bell Labs would give me an assignment. Here you go. Go get it. Deadline, 3 years. Done. But with teaching, you can continue to grow and learn, become more than you could have ever been on your own. And that takes a community to do that. It really does. So it's just a few life stories that John could, I have you for me while I have our conversation here. Thanks, John. Yeah, but you know, and actually you all mean so much to us. I mean, everybody knows Becky. This hotel knows Becky. Becky
Thompson.
So I got a few stories. Becky probably told you about some of it, but Becky and I met at Cornflake U. Everybody heard Cornflake U? Battle Creek Community College, Tony Tiger, Kellogg's. Yeah. I just finished the military and was coming back and going back to school, working my way through. I was an okay student before, but after the military, I was an A student. You know, we got to get the job done, right? But I was actually dating her girlfriend. It was a little awkward, you know. But it turned out my girlfriend was sick, but I met Becky through her, and it's just fascinating. You know, she literally has changed my life in so many ways. I'll mention a few of those other things I can't do. But I'll mention a few things. And but I'm going, she's just, there's something about her, you know, just drew me in, as many of you already know. And one day, so I started counting my blessings in my life, and one of the blessings was my girlfriend got sick. It was a blessing for her, it was a blessing for me. And so Becky, I said, Becky, my brother's bus coming home and record, I'd like to kind of double date with her. Would it be okay? And I was never a great suave. Okay, it was great. Sorry. You wouldn't want to go out with me, would you? Okay, sure. And so we went out, and our first date was incredible, actually. It turned out that that we did a few things, but one of the first things we did, we played actually billiards. And so we were playing pool, and I'm pointing where she should hit. And she makes an incredible shot from one of the pool table, hits the cue ball to the 8-ball, banks it, comes right in the corner like it's supposed to. Oh my gosh, she's got the... Well, she told me later she has very bad astigmatism, didn't wear glasses. She saw 5 cue balls, 5 cue tips, and 5 and 5 pockets.
She's bound to hit one of them.
Yeah. And then later on, I sat down and played the Moonlight Sonata on the piano, and she was extremely impressed. And I was really impressed because she knew it was a Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. And I'm going like, wow, this is fantastic. And now I found out that, you know, if you really had astigmatism and she wasn't really a pool shark or hustler, I thought, wow, she's really lucky, but I'm luckier. And 3 years of dating because I had to get through school and she had to go through. I always introduced Becky as my double E girl. Everybody said, like my hearing. In elementary education, right? And so she really brought a balance to my life. I mean, I was really off into the left side of the brain doing calculus and all that good stuff to the point where my right brain was becoming dormant. And but started dating Becky, I started playing the guitar, ukulele, we did folk songs, you know, started spinning the other side. And Becky has brought a total balance to my life that I wouldn't have had without her. In many ways, balance like we get, not for our spouses, but each other. And so special to each other. Okay, I'm going to say it. Mike, this is my son-in-law. He's a former bartender at Herrick's chocolate shop. You know anything about Herrick's chocolate shop? Only chocolate snobs is served there. And so Jenny says, I start dating this bartender. I'm going like, what's she doing? What's wrong with her? We trained her up the way she should grow. And of course, Mike was a confirmed bachelor. The reason he was bartending is because the first 2 years he spent not too diligently in his studies. His parents said, you pay your own way. But he did. He turned it around, paid his own way, and he's working with through college. So Mike goes off. I'm just a few times. I'm not sure what we knew each other. And so Mike goes off to Spain on 1 year studies. All of a sudden, our phone bill goes to $300 a month. Little short phone calls, overseas. And then, it's okay to say this. Mom and I were going to bed one night, and it's midnight, and Jay walks in. Jay says, Dad, do you mind if I get married? We said, to who? We didn't know it was that serious other than the phone bill, right? And so, okay, he's a married bartender, he's overseas. And he's a confirmed bachelor. It's not jiving, but he, after one semester, Jay turned his head so much, just like Becky turned my head those years ago. And he came home after one semester. He just missed her that much, that much love. And so we're off the airport, gathered together with the future in-laws. Hi. And Mike gets off the plane. And he runs up and he gives Mom a big bear hug, and me a bear hug. And I finally love classical music. It was sealed. It was a deal. And as I was thinking through my life, there's so many of those kind of stories. And so I really would appreciate it. It's wonderful to have this award, and thank you very much. And many, many people deserve this award out there, working so hard each and every day. But really, I really appreciate the fact that I went back and started. I had about 2 hours worth of talk, really. And I got down to, I finally says, that was all great background because it brought these memories back that they just hadn't thought about for a long time. And they became more precious to me. And so it's been a grand experience. I go around the table, everybody here is a friend, and in many cases, really, really good friends. And it's just enriched our lives. I couldn't imagine doing this like an industrial world, having these kinds of colleagues, kind of lifetime friendships all over the world. Germany, Ireland, met so many different people. And everybody in the world's the same. Whether they're Chinese or not, they have the same real goals for their family lives. So I just want to say, I'd like to talk about each one of you, and I'll tell John later all about it. But I also know I don't want to keep you all night. And if you want to have some stories, just take Becky especially with me, and she'll tell you everything. But I can't tell you how much you all have meant to us over the years, how much you're still. You are very, very special.